Hey everybody, this is Brett here, and today I'm making a video to show you and tell you about the special ad category specifically for real estate. So I'm going to tell you when you have to select it, what it affects, and then some strategies that you can perhaps get around it, or not maybe get around, but ways to be able to target a more refined audience. So let's hop into the screen share right now and I will show you. All right. Let's just make this smaller. Okay, so as you can see right here, this is just a demo account here, Facebook ads, and I am going to show you step by step all of the details. So we got a campaign set up here. Let's just delete that. We can start fresh. Okay, so let's say you're going to create a new campaign. Real estate, in most cases, it will be lead generation. Link up in the corner if you want to see how to create a lead gen ad. And you can add a name, but I'm just going to click continue. And the first thing here is where you have to select the special ad category. So if this is a housing opportunity or credit or employment, so for right here ads for real estate listings, insurance, mortgage loans, or other related opportunities, and you can select more than one. So if it is like mortgage, you probably want to select housing and credit. Social issues would be economy, civil, social rights, which can also include some environmental stuff. So if you mention something like that, even if you just select housing, it could still get unapproved with only housing selected because Facebook has determined that it's one of the other ones, and you'll just have to go back into the settings here and change it before you resubmit it. But for a simple lead gen ad, you just need to select housing. Countries where you'll be running it, so Canada, the US, wherever you'd like to be running it. Everything else here, usually I don't change and don't recommend you change. Make sure you select your right Facebook page here. And then budget. So budget, Facebook tells you estimated leads over here, but that is not always 100% accurate. So, you know, if you run a really good ad, it's going to give you more leads than that. And actually, I think over time, past campaign data, the budget you entered. So I don't know if this is based on Facebook overall or your specific results, because if you're better than usual, this should adjust, but let's just put $5 a day because that's a pretty good starting amount. One thing I'll throw in here is, unless you want it to run forever, set an end date, or make sure you're always on top of it, aware of the results, and you can turn it on and off as you please, or make edits to improve the performance. So right here is the audience. So it actually doesn't let you select it. So right here it tells you unavailable when the special ad category. So make sure that your selections do not discriminate against people based on certain personal characteristics. So you can't select age, you can't select gender, you pretty much can't select any detailed targeting. You know, some detailed targeting options may be unavailable. It still gives you some ones you can select from here, but in my experience, even these barely work, depending on, I mean, they've really never worked, period. So one of the options you can do to get around the super, and also locations, it has to be a 15-mile radius, whereas normally it would only be like a 1-mile radius. So when you select your location, 25-kilometer radius, aka believe that's a 10-mile radius, so that's just the way that is. Okay, so now custom audiences. Here's where you can get really good. So you can go into custom audiences in your Facebook. I don't believe I have a video about that, but I'll make one. And you can actually target people that have engaged with your Instagram page or your Facebook page, and these engagements would include anybody that's interacted with your ads. So the way to get around this is, if you look at the Facebook terms, it says you don't have to select the special ad category if it is not an opportunity. If it's educational in nature, for example, you write a blog about buying a home, selling a home, whatever, you can run that as or even promote an Instagram post to people interested in real estate or buying real estate. Instagram post, a Facebook post, you can select that targeting. And this will help grow your page, your Facebook page, your Instagram page, and then you can go in there and select that custom targeting because it is educational in nature, right? It's not an opportunity or lead generation. or maybe even to a blog on your website. And then what that does is it will build up this audience. So as you can see here, for Facebook and Instagram, my engagement is fewer than 1,000. It will only cost you tens of dollars to get that into the, above 1,000, 5, 10, maybe totally depends on your ad, but you can definitely get that in the tens of thousands of an audience size for less than $100 most likely. And then special ad audience is more for custom audiences, so custom audiences are like the engagement audiences, and then special ad audience would be like a, I can't really remember the specific here, but something to do with the targeting options. When you select the custom audience, you can't have particular targeting, but here it's only on engagement, so there's no discriminatory targeting. It's just based on who's engaged, and anybody who sees the ad is free to engage, but of course the ad is targeted at a particular people that are interested in real estate. So it's, not a perfect way. You are building engagement. Maybe not everybody is interested in the real estate, but it really does help inform your ad campaign and narrow it down so you can get more conversions, okay? And then placements. So what I recommend for placements here is manual usually, and then if it's just, let's see, Facebook newsfeed, a square post like they're showing you in the picture here, can have that. You can put Instagram on there too, but you might want to do different creatives, which is the picture here. It's not a video, so what I recommend you do is just turn all of these off except for newsfeed, Facebook Marketplace, and depending on your ad type, there might be a few other options here, okay? So turn them off or automatic, but I definitely recommend you stick to Facebook feeds just so that it, your Facebook will figure it out, but if you select it manually here, it'll just get to the point faster and save you some money. Optimized for leads, which is good. I don't think there is any. Or conversion leads, so we'll do to people to get leads that are most likely to convert. So I don't know how they do that. I just choose bulk leads, and then you can grow your traffic a little bit more. Okay, and then in the ad set here would be your picture. You can put in your text, which is the text here. So let's just throw something in here quickly. A single image. Let's change the media to, let's just do my old Super Agent Club picture here. And you would put that something super eye-catching because they're going to be scrolling through their feed. And then maybe I'll make a video about like Instagram story ads and reels, because I think that'd be pretty interesting. I haven't run any myself, but I've heard the results can be good. But Facebook ads, the classic Facebook and Instagram ad feeds are always good just because they're well known to people, right? So text would be primary text here, which is the primary text of the ad. And on Facebook it'd be at the top. Your headline, so this would be the headline, which is that headline part right here. And then description. So description would show up on mobile. I don't think it would show up unless it's a bigger screen size. So if you're on a super smaller phone, this is the little description below the headline. It won't always show up, and many of them it won't show up at all. You can kind of go through here and see the different things, like video. I don't recommend video because then it's just going to be your picture zoomed out. So you want video turned off unless you specifically are looking for a video, right? Call to action, make sure it's accurate. Some good ones can be learn more as a classic, but if you want a little bit more punch to it, let's say you are doing a retargeting ad. So let's say somebody went on your web. Here's another option that you can avoid the having to use the special audience for, because it just simply won't matter when you're doing this, is you can use your Facebook pixel on your website. And let's say it's real estate, so people that have viewed your website, maybe they clicked on your website via any of your social media, maybe they went to your website from a sign, they're looking for listings, whatever the Google SEO, however they found your website, you can retarget those specific people. You just can't refine that audience smaller where it would be discriminatory, but as a mass audience, you can retarget them. And you can set that pixel to fire, so maybe people that clicked a certain thing on your website took a certain action. you can retarget them with an ad that's something like, finish signing up for your online account, which I wouldn't recommend, but maybe more of like a lead generation ad where you will select the special ad category, but you will also select, instead of a lead, I guess you would select the on Facebook lead gen, and your audience would just be people that took that particular action. So tracking would be like the events down here would be somewhere up at the beginning, and then you can might have to select a conversion ad for that one, and then it would take them back retargeting. Let's see here. Description. So what that would be is that would be right here in the custom audiences. One of these custom audiences, or actually I think with the pixel it would be under special ad audience. That's what would be under this one, would be the Facebook pixel. So then it, it's just the Facebook backend, I guess, takes out the discriminatory areas or whatever. And the lookalike audience. So you can find people that engaged on your website. Then you would select that as a special ad audience. So people who took maybe a certain action on your website via the Facebook pixel. And then you would create that new ad. And with the call to action, you can select something like get offer. So maybe they were on your website, or maybe get quote. If it's, let's say, mortgage, they were filling out a mortgage application, they started the application, and then they left. Okay, you can create a retargeting ad that says, hey, we still have people available for you, and then it can be like get your mortgage interest rate quote, or get or apply now, or offer. And in real estate it could be maybe subscribe, or can be book now, book an appointment, or maybe it's an offer you're offering, or even download like the free guide. They go on your website, they enter some information, they don't click the download button, you retarget them and say, hey, you forgot this, or maybe something slightly different that they might be more interested in. And those are some of the ways you can work, not necessarily around, but within the boundaries of the special ad category. Okay, so click the video right here about how to get more buyer leads with Facebook ads, or click here how to get more seller leads with Facebook ads, and I will see you there.